The Secret Garden. Chapter 6. Colin is afraid. Because it rained at the next week, Mary went to talk to Colin every day instead of visiting the garden. But she woke early one morning to see the sun shining into her room, and she ran into the garden at once. She didn't even wait to have her breakfast. It was beautiful, shiny, and warm, and 1,000 more shoots were pushing their way out to the ground. Dinkum was already there digging hard, with the crow and the yuyu fox beside him. "Have you seen the rabbit?" he asked Mary. The little bill was flying busily backwards and forward as fast as he could, carrying pieces and dry grass. "He's building a net," whispered Mary. They watched a robin for a moment. Then Mary said, "I must tell you something. You probably know about Colin Craven, don't you?" "Well, I've met him. I am going to help him to get better." "That's good news." There was a big smile on Dinkum's face. "We all knew he was ill. He's afraid he'll have a crook back like his father. I think that's what's making him ill. Perhaps we can bring him here and let him rest under the trees. That will do him good. That's what we'll do." They had a lot of the garden and planning to do, and Mary did not have time to visit Colin that day. When she came back to the house in the evening, Martha told her that the servant had had trouble with Colin. "He's been a very bad-tempered afternoon. We'll all ask because you didn't come, miss." "Well, I was busy. He'll have to learn not to be so selfish," replied Mary coldly. She forgot how selfish she had been when she was ill in India. "I'll go and see him now." When she went into his room, he was lying in bed, looking tired. He did not turn to look at her. "What's the matter with you?" she asked crossly. "My back aches and my head hurts. Why didn't you come this afternoon?" "I was working in the garden with Dinkum. I won't let that boy come to garden if you stay with him instead of talk to me." Mary suddenly became very angry. "If you send Dinkum away, I'll never come into his room again." "You'll have to, if I say so. I'll make the servant bring you here." "Oh, will you, Prince?" "But no one can make me talk to you. I won't look at you. I stare in the floor. You are more selfish than I am. You are the most selfish boy I have ever met." "I am not as selfish as your fine Dinkum. He keeps you playing outside when he knows I am ill and alone." Mary had never been so furious. "Dinkum is nicer than any other boy in the world. He's like his angel." "An angel? Don't make my laugh. He's just a poor country boy with holes in his shoes. He's 1,000 times better than you are." Colin had never argued with anyone like himself in his life, and in fact it was good for him. But now he was beginning to feel sorry for himself. "I am always there," he said, and started to cry. "I'm sure my back is a bit crooked and I'm going to die. No, you are not, said Mary crossly. Crosling opened his eyes very wide. Nobody had said that to him before. He was angry, but a bit pleased at the same time. What do you mean? You know I'm going to die. Everybody says I'm going to die. I don't believe it, said Mary in her most disagreeable voice. You just say that to make people feel sorry for you. You are too old to die. Colin forgot about his painful back and sat up in the bed. Get out of the room at once, he shouted, and threw a book at her. "I'm going," Mary shouted in reply. "I am welcome back." The doorbell shut behind her. When she reached her own room, she had decided never to tell him her great secret. He can stay in his room and die if he wants, she thought. But soon she began to remember how ill he had been, and how frightened he was, frightened that one day his back would become as crooked as his father's. Perhaps, I'll go back and see him tomorrow. That night she was waking by the most terrible screams that she had ever heard. Servants were opening and shutting doors and running about. "It's Colin," thought Mary. "He'll go in screaming until he makes himself really ill. How selfish he is! Somebody should stop him." Just then Martha ran into the room. "He don't know what to do," she cried. "She likes you, miss. Come and see if you can make him calmer, please." "Well, I am very cross with him," said Mary, and jumped out of the bed. "I am going to stop him." "That's right," said Martha. "He needs someone like you to argue with. It'll give him something new to think about." Mary ran into the Collins room, right up to his bed. "Stop screaming!" she shouted furiously. "Stop at once! I hate you! Everyone hates you! You will die if you go on screaming like this. I hope you will." The scream stopped immediately. This was the first time that anyone had spoken so angrily to Colin, and he was crushed. But he went on crying quickly to himself. "My back's become crooked. I can feel it. I know I am going to die." Large tears ran down his face. "Don't be stupid," cried Mary. "There's nothing the matter with your old back. Martha, come here and help me look at his back." Martha and Miss Medlock were standing at the door, staring at Mary, their mouths half open. They both looked very frightened. Mercy came forward to help, and Miss Mary, looking careful at Colin's thin white back, up and down. Her face was very serious and angry at the same time. The room was very quiet. "There's nothing wrong with your back," she said at last. "Nothing at all. It's as strange as mine." Only Colin knew how important those crossly spoken, childish words were. All his life he had been afraid to ask about his back, and his terrible fear had made him ill. Now an angry little girl told him his back was strained, and he believed her. He was no longer afraid. They were both calmer now. He gave Mary his hat, and think I am almost sure I will live if we can go out in the garden together sometimes. I'm very tired now. Will you stay with me until I go to sleep? The servant went out very quickly. I'll tell you all about the secret garden, whispered Mary. I think it's full of roses and beautiful flowers. Birds like making their nests there because it's so quiet and safe, and perhaps a rabbit. But Colin was already asleep. The next day, Mary met Dinkum, as usual, in the secret garden, and told him about Colin. Mary loved Dinkum's Hampshire dialect and was trying to learn it herself. She spoke a little now. We mun get poor calling out, hearing the sunshine, and we mamma lost no time about it. Dinkum laughed. Well done, I didn't know you could speak Yorkshire. You are right. We must bring Colin to the garden as soon as we can. So that afternoon she went to see Colin. I am sorry, and said I set Deacon away. He said, I hate you when you say he was like an angel. Well, he's a funny kind of angel, because he understands wild animals better than anyone. Suddenly, Mary knew that it was the right moment to tell him. She caught hold of his hand. Colin, this is important. Can you keep a secret? Yes, yes, he whispered excitedly. What is it? We have found the door into the garden. Oh, Mary, will I live alone enough to see it? Of course you will. Don't be stupid, said Mary crossly. But it was a very natural thing to say, and they both laughed. Colin told Mr. Medlock and the doctor that he wanted to go out in his wheelchair. At first the dog was worried the boy would get too tired, but when he heard that Dinkum would push the wheelchair, he agreed. Dinkum's a sensible boy, he told Colin, but don't forget, I have told you. I want to forget that I am ill, said Colin in this prince's voice. Don't you understand? It's because my cousin makes me forget that I feel better when I with her.